Super Mario World, my favorite 2D Mario game. I know, pretty strong opinion there. Super Mario Bros. 3 is the best game, and you're saying that Super Mario World is better? Well, you see, I got a hand-me-down Game Boy Advance from my cousin way back in the day, and I got Super Mario World right beside it. I sat down and jumped on Koopas for countless hours as a child, and still to this day, I still find myself going back to it and having a blast gulping up Koopas with Yoshi. My love for Mario grew and grew as I got older, and now I am always shamed by my friends for being a stupid Nintendo fan. I accept what I am. I have so much love and respect for Nintendo, and a lot of it can be attributed to my first experience with Super Mario World. Now, like I said, I played Super Mario World on the Game Boy Advance, but I had no idea that a Super Nintendo even existed yet. I never claimed to be the brightest kid. Super Mario World released as a pack-in title for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System back in 1991, and if you didn't have the game with the console, well, how is that even possible? Super Mario World sold over 20 million copies on the SNES, but with it being a pack-in title, that number seemed inevitable rather than deserved. Super Mario Bros. 3 was never bundled with any console, and it sold 17 million copies, but hey, we're not talking about that heap of garbage. It's Super Mario World's time to shine. Super Mario World is the best-selling game on the SNES, and is often touted as being one of the greatest games ever made. The game made its way to the Game Boy Advance as part of the Super Mario Advance series, which took past Mario platformers and re-released them with some tweaks here and there. Super Mario Advance 2, Super Mario World, released in 2002 here in North America, and a few years later, it became my one true love. This version of Super Mario World cranked down the difficulty a little bit, but still contained the same amount of levels as the SNES original. Luigi was added to the single-player mode, with his traits from Super Mario Bros. 2 added here, having a higher jump than Mario, but having bad traction. Plus, every Super Mario Advance game came with a remake of the Mario Bros. Arcade game. This is the definitive version of Mario Bros. It's so cool, it's so fun, it's so epic. But that's another topic for another day. We're here to talk about the best 2D Mario game out there. The game starts out with Mario and the gang going on vacation to Dinosaur Land. So like Jurassic World, nothing could go wrong. Right? Things go wrong real quick whenever Bowser kidnaps Peach and traps all the Yoshis inside of their eggs. Well, that was uncalled for. So Mario embarks on an adventure to liberate Bowser's tyranny over Dinosaur Land. There are 7 worlds to traverse, each ending with a Koopaling that you have to force into lava, bonk on the head a few times, play whack-a-mole, however they desire to die. Defeating the Koopaling in that world's castle frees the Yoshi egg and allows access to the next world. Taking out all the Koopalings, you finally get to Bowser's castle. The showdown with Bowser has him throwing out Mecha Koopas and these weird orb things out of his Koopa clown car. Once you defeat Bowser, he lets Princess Peach free and he flies off. A fireworks show commences, the Yoshi eggs hatch, and the vacation is back on, boys. The overworld map style for Mario 3 returns here, and to me, it really makes you feel like you were traversing a world, unlike Mario 3's basic map style. But hey, that was the first time we had an overworld map in a Mario game, and the NES had its limitations. Each world also has multiple paths that you can take that will lead to various different levels, including ghost houses, fortresses, and switch palaces. Switch palaces have a challenge that you can complete to get coins or 1-ups, and at their end, they have a big switch you jump on that will fill that color block in throughout the game to make the levels easier to traverse. In certain levels, you can find a key. Keys! Yay! You can take this key to its corresponding keyhole in the level, and it will open different paths for you to take. These can even lead you to the Star Road, which gives you access to the 2 bonus worlds in the game, and also allows faster travel to the other worlds. Mario gets a new move called the Spin Jump, which allows Mario to break through these yellow blocks, pop certain enemies, and bounce off certain enemies. The Mushroom, 1-Up Mushroom, Fire Flower, and Superstar are all here, along with the brand new power-up, the Cape Feather, which allows Mario to glide down from jumps and to fly all over the place. Combine the Cape Feather with Mario's new move, and you can smack certain enemies away and flick the yellow blocks, allowing you to walk through them. The P-Balloon also appears here and there, which transforms Mario into a balloon that allows you to float around. You can also store a power-up in this game whenever you get another power-up. If you lose your current power-up, the stored one will float down from the slot in the top center of the screen. In Yoshi's Island 2, you hit this question block and... Wait, what the f*** is that? It's Yoshi! Yoshi, everyone's favorite dinosaur companion. You can ride on Yoshi and he will gulp up all sorts of enemies. He will also eat apples you can spot throughout the level, which if he eats enough of them, he will drop a power-up for you to use. Now this trait carries on to other Mario platformers, and I honestly forget about this feature every time I play them. But it's pretty cool every time it happens. Eating different colored shells gives Yoshi different abilities. Red shells allow him to spit out flames, blue shells allow him to fly, yellow shells allow him to have a ground pound that can take out certain enemies, and the flashing shells will give him one of the 3 abilities. Sadly, Yoshi cannot fly. Even if you have a cape feather equipped, you and Yoshi will just glide down. However, in certain levels, you can find a pair of wings and question blocks, which allows Yoshi to fly up to the clouds and you two can have fun collecting coins. In the Star World levels, you can find different colored baby Yoshis. You can carry them and feed them 5 enemies, or any of the power-ups, and it will mature into a full-grown Yoshi. The different colored Yoshis can do what Green Yoshi can, but they can do the abilities relating to their color with any colored shell. In the GBA version, once you mature the different Yoshis, you can find them in question blocks throughout the levels, while in the SNES version, the only way you can get them again is by going back to the Star World. Dragon Coins. What? Dragon Coins are the new coins that you can collect in the levels. If you collect 5 of them in a given level, you get a 1-up. Good job! And, yeah. Well, that's pretty much it for Dragon Coins. I mean, hell, some levels have less than 5, more than 5, or none at all. It's really inconsistent, and it's one of the weirdest things about this game. It's like, why is it so inconsistent? But, you know, we'll let it slide, it's fine. Beating the Special World changes certain sprites, and the overworld map changes to an autumn-like theme, which is really cool. If you like speedrunning games, Super Mario World can be beaten in mere minutes with a boss fight against a really big boo that kinda scared me as a kid. Putting keys and keyholes in the Star World levels, and gaining access to Bowser's Castle via World 7's Star Road. I attempt to do this speedrun on my channel if you want to check that out, link in the description. Super Mario World is an amazing 2D platformer, and it will always hold a special place in my heart. The legacy of this game can be seen in many other platformers to this day. The fun that I had with this game inspired me to create Super Mario World DLC in Super Mario Maker 2. Yoshi became a beloved character in the Mario fandom, earning his place in many Mario games to follow, and even getting his own platformer series. I have beaten this game to completion on the Game Boy Advance, and I always enjoy playing it on the SNES and Game Boy Advance emulators on the Switch. It is a timeless classic that I can always jump into to kill some time. I greatly enjoy this game, and it is definitely at the top of my list of favorite games. Out of the original Mario platformers, this is the best one in my opinion. You have so much to do, so much to explore, and it is so fun to traverse it time and time again. No matter what version I play, no matter what console I play it on, I am always going to have so much fun with Super Mario World. So take that, Mario 3, and take that, Sonny!